While everyone is panicking about Canada's 5% temporary resident cut, they are missing the real story. The headlines scream about closed doors and mass removals. But behind the scenes, a different reality is taking shape. Canada isn't closing the door. It is building a fast lane, a priority pathway for the specific people it desperately needs. For years, the news has focused on caps, cuts, and crackdowns, student visa limits, temporary resident reductions, the end of the easy PGWP. It feels like the Canadian dream is fading. But look closer. Look at the actions, not just the announcements. Look at the express entry draws. Look at the Provincial Nominee Programs. Look at the government's own economic projections. They consistently show two sectors are not just surviving, they are being prioritized: healthcare and skilled trades. The government is shouting from the rooftops that 62% of all new permanent residents will come through economic streams. And within those streams, healthcare and trades are the designated VIPs. The media is focused on the cuts, but the real story is Canada's multi-trillion-dollar skills gap. This gap is fueled by mass retirements and critical infrastructure needs that cannot be ignored. For those with the right skills in healthcare and skilled trades, this isn't a crisis. It's a golden window of opportunity, a unique chance to secure your future in Canada between 2026 and 2028. This video is not about the panic. This video is about the plan, your plan. This is your blueprint to get into Canada's fast lane. The why healthcare and trades are gold. To position yourself for success in the Immigrate to Canada 2026 plan, you must first understand why Canada is rolling out the red carpet for your specific skills. It's not charity, it's economic necessity. Canada is facing two simultaneous crises that threaten its future, and you are the solution. First, let's talk about the Great Retirement. It's not just a catchy phrase, it's an economic earthquake. Canada's baby boomer generation, born between 1946 and 1964, is the largest demographic cohort in its history. They built modern Canada, and now they are leaving the workforce en masse. According to RBC Economics and reports from Global News, as of late 2025, the peak retirement years are hitting right now. The entire generation will be 65 or older by 2030. Two-thirds are already past that milestone. The final, largest wave is exiting the labor market as we speak. This isn't a trickle, it's a flood. This mass exodus is projected to reduce Canada's labor force participation rate by a full 2 percentage points by 2030. That might sound small, it's catastrophic. It represents hundreds of thousands of experienced workers vanishing. And which sectors are being hit the hardest? Exactly the ones you'd expect: construction, manufacturing, and healthcare. These are the industries with the highest concentration of workers aged 55 and older. The workers with decades of irreplaceable experience. This isn't just a short-term labor shortage. It's a structural vacuum, a black hole of skills that Canada cannot fill domestically fast enough. Its birth rate is too low. Its training programs are too slow. Immigration is not just an option. It is the only option. But Canada doesn't just need bodies. It needs specific skills to plug these critical gaps, which leads us to the second crisis, the twin deficits, homes and health. Canada has a housing crisis of epic proportions. You've seen the headlines. Prices are unaffordable. Rents are skyrocketing. The Canada Mortgage and Housing Corporation, CMHC, released a landmark report. To restore housing affordability by 2030, Canada needs to build 5.8 million new homes. That's 3.5 million more homes than current projections. Think about the scale of that undertaking. Even if that target proves impossible, the need is undeniable. The political pressure to build is immense. Who builds these homes? Who lays the foundations, frames the walls, installs the wiring, fits the pipes? Carpenters, electricians, plumbers, welders, heavy equipment operators, skilled trades. Without a massive influx of skilled tradespeople, Canada's housing goals are a fantasy. And then there's healthcare. The same retiring boomers are also aging. An aging population requires significantly more healthcare services, more doctor visits, more hospital stays, more long-term care. Canada's publicly funded healthcare system is already strained past its limits. We know 6.5 million Canadians don't have a family doctor. We know ER wait times are measured in days, not hours. The system needs reinforcements, urgently. Who provides that care? Nurses, doctors, lab technologists, physiotherapists, healthcare professionals. So let's connect the dots. Canada is facing a demographic cliff dive due to retirements. It has critical infrastructure deficits in housing and healthcare. The government's only viable solution is targeted immigration. Your skills aren't just in demand. They are essential to Canada's basic functioning. They are recession-proof. They are policy-proof. While others face uncertainty and cuts, healthcare and skilled trades are the designated priority lanes for 2026-2028. The how, the 2026-2028 blueprint. Okay, Canada needs you, but needing you and letting you in are two different things. The Canadian immigration system is complex, it's bureaucratic, but it's also becoming more predictable if you know where to look. This is the practical blueprint. This is how you navigate the system and position yourself in that fast lane. We will break it down into two sections, healthcare and skilled trades. Module 2A, the healthcare blueprint. If you are a healthcare professional, listen closely. Canada is actively recruiting you. Let's start with the golden NOCs. NOC stands for National Occupational Classification. It's how Canada categorizes jobs. These are the codes IRCC is prioritizing in its express entry draws, and that provinces desperately need. Number 1, NOC 31301, Registered Nurses and Registered Psychiatric Nurses. Nurses are the absolute backbone of the Canadian healthcare system. The demand is immense, persistent, and nationwide. While Job Bank might show regional fluctuations, the long-term structural shortage is undeniable, especially in long-term care facilities, rural communities, and specialized hospital units. If you are a qualified nurse, Canada wants you yesterday. Number 2, NOS 3102, General Practitioners and Family Physicians, the gatekeepers of the system. With 6.5 million Canadians lacking a family doctor, the need is critical. Provinces are offering significant incentives to attract and retain family doctors. Number 3, NOC 32120, Medical Laboratory Technologists. These are the unseen heroes of diagnostics. Demand is growing steadily due to an aging population and advancements in medical testing. Number 4, other high-demand health NOCs. We also see consistent demand for NOC 31201, chiropractors, though pathways can vary, NOC 31202, physiotherapists, NOC 31203, occupational therapists, NOC 32102, paramedical occupations, NOC 32101, licensed practical nurses, LPNs. Check the official IRCC list for the full targeted occupations. Now, how do you get in? The pathways. Pathway 1, express entry, category-based selection. This is the main federal pathway. Since 2023, IRCC runs specific draws for healthcare occupations. The key advantage, lower comprehensive ranking system, CRS scores are often required. For example, the October 20-25 healthcare draw invited 2,500 candidates with a minimum CRS score of just 472. Compare that to general draws, which often require scores well above 500, sometimes even 550 plus. Why the difference? You're not competing against everyone. You're competing within a smaller, prioritized pool of healthcare professionals. Your specialized skills give you a direct advantage in the Canada healthcare immigration pathway. Pathway 2, Provincial Nominee Programs, PNPs. These programs are often faster and more targeted than express entry. Provinces nominate candidates based on their specific labor market needs. Many provinces have dedicated streams or give priority processing to healthcare workers. Examples to research: British Columbia PNP, Healthcare Professional Stream, targets physicians, nurses, midwives, and allied health professionals with a job offer in BC. Check welcomebc.ca for details. Saskatchewan PNP, SINP Health Professional for physicians, nurses, and other health occupations already working in Saskatchewan on a valid permit. Manitoba PNP, Skilled Worker Stream, Healthcare Focus. Manitoba regularly holds specific draws inviting healthcare workers, often with lower point requirements than other streams. Ontario, Nova Scotia, New Brunswick. Nearly every province has initiatives to attract healthcare workers. The message is clear. Research the specific requirements for the province where you intend to live and work. Best PNP programs often align with where the jobs are. Okay, those are the pathways. But you can't even get to the pathways without clearing the biggest hurdle first. The number one action step, credential assessment. This is the non-negotiable first step. This is where most internationally trained healthcare professionals get stuck. Do not underestimate this process. It happens in two stages. Stage A, Educational Credential Assessment, ECA. You need this for express entry and many PNPs. Organizations like WES, World Education Services, will assess your foreign degree or diploma. They determine its Canadian equivalency. Is your Bachelor of Nursing equivalent to a Canadian Bachelor of Nursing? This usually takes a few months. It's relatively straightforward. Stage B, Professional Credential Recognition and Licensure. This is the big one. This is the bottleneck. Your ECA proves your education is valid, but it does not give you the right to practice your profession in Canada. For that, you need to be assessed and licensed by the regulatory body for your profession in the specific province where you want to work. Example, nurses. If you are an internationally educated nurse, IEN, wanting to work in, say, Ontario, you must first apply to the National Nursing Assessment Service, NNAS. NNAS verifies your credentials, compares your education to Canadian standards, and assesses your language proficiency. This NAS report is just the first step. You then use that report to apply to the College of Nurses of Ontario, CNO, the provincial regulatory body. The CNO will then determine what additional requirements you need. Maybe bridging courses, maybe supervised practice, maybe competency exams. Other professions have similar multi-stage processes. Doctors face the Medical Council of Canada, MCC exams. Pharmacists face the PEBC. Lab techs face CSMLS. Here's the critical warning: be prepared. This entire credential recognition and licensing process is complex. It is expensive, involving multiple application fees, translation costs, exam fees. And it takes time, a lot of time. NNAS itself doesn't provide a fixed timeline, but applicants report it can easily take 12 to 18 months, sometimes much longer, just for the initial assessment. Then you have the provincial college requirements on top of that. You must start this credential process now. Long before you even think about applying to Immigrate to Canada 2026, gather your transcripts, your course syllabi, your employment verification letters, your existing licenses, get official translations. Research the exact requirements for your profession in your target province. This is the foundation upon which your entire immigration journey rests. Module 2B, the Skilled Trades Blueprint. All right, let's shift gears to the skilled trades. If you are a carpenter, electrician, plumber, welder, or work in another skilled trade, Canada needs you just as badly. Let's identify the golden NOCs for trades. The demand here is driven primarily by that massive housing deficit and the retiring workforce. Number 1, NOC 72P10, Carpenters, essential for residential and commercial construction. While Job Bank might show regional variations, the overall national demand, especially in major urban centers like Toronto, remains strong due to housing targets. Number 2, NOC 722200, Electricians, Construction, and Maintenance. No modern building functions without them. Demand is high for both new construction and retrofitting older buildings for energy efficiency. Number 3, NOC 722300, Plumbers. Critical for new housing, but also for maintaining Canada's aging infrastructure. Number 4, NOC 72106, Welders and related machine operators, needed not just in construction, but also manufacturing, resource extraction, and infrastructure repair. Other high-demand trades NOCs often targeted include NOC 72014, contractors and supervisors, other construction trades. NOC 72400, construction millwrights and industrial mechanics. NOC 73100, concrete finishers. NOC 73200, residential and commercial installers and servicers. Again, IRCC publishes a list of the specific trades occupations targeted in express entry draws. Check the official Canada.ca website for the latest NOC codes in Demand Canada 2026. Now the pathways for tradespeople. Pathway 1, Federal Skilled Trades Program, FSTP. This is part of express entry, designed specifically for trades. Key advantages: lower language requirements, CLB5 for speaking listening, CLB4 for reading writing. No mandatory education requirement, though it helps your score. The catch: you must have either a certificate of qualification in your skilled trade issued by a Canadian province or territory, or a valid job offer of full-time employment for at least 1 year from up to 2 Canadian employers. This certificate or job offer requirement makes FSTP challenging for people outside Canada. This is where Canada's skilled trades immigration often relies on other pathways first. Pathway 2, Express Entry, Category-Based Selection. This is the game changer for tradespeople abroad. Similar to healthcare, IRCC now holds specific draws for trades occupations, and the CRS scores required for these draws are often significantly lower than general draws. We've seen trades draws in the past with CRS scores dipping into the 350-400 range. Compare that to the 500 plus often needed for general draws. Suddenly, your practical skills and work experience, combined with moderate language scores, can be enough to get invited. Your Red Seal certification or provincial license isn't required to get invited in this stream, unlike FSTP, but having one will massively boost your score and job prospects later. Pathway 3, Provincial Nominee Programs, PNPs. Provinces are desperate for tradespeople to build homes and infrastructure. Many PNPs have dedicated streams or give priority to trades occupations. Examples: Ontario PNP, Employer Job Offer, In-Demand Skills. Stream specifically targets workers in construction, agriculture, trucking, and personal support work, often with a job offer. Ontario also holds targeted draws for skilled trades within its express entry streams. Alberta Advantage Immigration Program, AAIP, Skilled Trades Worker, requires tradespeople to have an Alberta Trade Certificate or be eligible to obtain one. British Columbia PNP, Skills Immigration, includes categories like entry-level and semi-skilled, which can cover certain trades, especially in regions outside Vancouver. Saskatchewan, Manitoba, Atlantic provinces, all have pathways prioritizing trades. Again, the key is provincial research. Where are the jobs in your specific trade? Which province is actively recruiting? Now, the crucial action step for tradespeople. The number 1 action step, certification, Red Seal. For most skilled trades in Canada, you cannot legally work without being certified or registered as an apprentice in that province. This is non-negotiable. There are 2 main routes here. Route A, provincial certification, certificate of qualification, C of Q. Each province and territory has its own regulatory body that issues trade certificates, e.g. Skilled Trades BC, Skilled Trades Ontario. This certificate proves you meet the standards to work in that specific province. Route B, the Red Seal Program. This is the national standard of excellence for skilled trades. Passing the Red Seal exam for your trade allows you to work in any province or territory that participates in the Red Seal program without needing to recertify. It's the gold standard recognized by employers across Canada. Here's the challenge for workers outside Canada. You generally cannot just show up and write the C of Q or Red Seal exam. You need to challenge the certification. This means applying to the apprenticeship authority in the province where you intend to work. You must provide detailed proof of your work experience, usually thousands of hours documented through letters from employers, pay stubs, tax records, etc. Your experience must closely match the Canadian curriculum for that trade. If your application is approved, then you are allowed to write the certification exam. This documentation process is intensive. It requires meticulous record keeping from your home country. Start gathering this proof now. Get detailed letters from past employers outlining your exact duties and hours worked. Translate everything officially. Research the specific trade challenger requirements for your target province and your specific trade on the Red Seal website, redseal.ca. This certification is your key to unlocking most job offers and immigration pathways in the skilled trades. Your 2-year action plan. The blueprint is clear. Healthcare and skilled trades are the priority lanes. The golden window for the 2026-2028 immigration levels plan is opening now. But opportunity waits for no one. You need a plan. Here is your actionable 2-year plan to immigrate to Canada 2026 in these high-demand sectors. Step 1, months 1 to 6. Language proficiency. This is fundamental. Maximize your points. Target Canadian language benchmark, CLB level 7 or higher, especially for healthcare. For trades, CLB 5 might be the minimum for some programs, but aim higher to boost your CRS score. Take the IELTS General or CELPAP General test. Prepare seriously. Step 2, months 318 plus. Credentials and certification. This is the longest, most complex, and most critical step. Do not delay. If healthcare, start your ECA application, WS, etc. Simultaneously begin the NNAS process, if a nurse, or research the specific requirements for your professional regulatory body in your target province. Gather all required documents immediately. If skilled trades, research the certification requirements, Provincial C of Q or Red Seal Challenger, for your trade in your target province. Start compiling detailed proof of work experience, hours, duties, from all past employers. Get official translations. Do not underestimate the time this takes. 18 months is a realistic minimum for many. Step 3, months 18 to 24. Target pathways. Once you have your positive ECA and, crucially, progress or completion of your professional assessment certification application, start strategically targeting immigration pathways. Calculate your potential express entry CRS score. Research specific PNP streams that match your profile and certification status. Are there targeted draws for your NOCs? What are the recent score cutoffs? Which provinces have the highest demand for your job right now? Check Job Bank Canada. Step 4, month 24 plus. Enter the pool and apply. Create your express entry profile if eligible. Submit expressions of interest, EOIs, to relevant PNP streams. Keep your language tests and credentials valid. Update your profile with any new experience or qualifications. Be ready to submit your full application quickly and accurately once you receive an invitation to apply ITA or a provincial nomination. This 2-year timeline is aggressive but achievable if you start today. Conclusion and flywheel. We've analyzed the 2 golden pathways Canada desperately needs for its 2026-2028 plan: healthcare and skilled trades. We've seen the why, the retirements and infrastructure gaps creating massive demand. We've mapped out the how, the express entry categories, the PNPs, and the critical first step of credential recognition. Now for the resonance point, which of these 2 priority sectors, healthcare or skilled trades, do you think offers the better long-term opportunity and stability for newcomers planning to move to Canada? And more importantly, what specific job, what NOC code are you targeting? Share your plan, your questions, your challenges in the comments below. Let's build a community supporting each other through this process. We've covered the strategic blueprint today, but the biggest hurdle, especially for healthcare professionals, is often navigating that complex credential process. For nurses, how do you actually navigate the NNAS application successfully and avoid common pitfalls? What documents are essential? What causes the longest delays? In our very next video, we dive deep into the NNAS process. We break down the #1 mistake most immigrant nurses make that causes months, even years, of frustrating delays. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss that critical, practical information. This is your golden window. Don't waste it. Start planning today.